Hello, beautiful people. I hope you can hear me. Look, I'm fixing my lips. That's a big thing for me because I have a habit of licking them. So I love my lips. Fun fact, my mom, who was Panamanian, didn't love her lips. She grew up in a time where, and this is not so much of a fun fact, okay? She grew up in a time where full lips, colorism was a thing. Having full lips and a full nose, um, being dark skinned. Let me blend this some more. Being dark skinned and being left handed were issues. So she became ambidextrous because her mother beat it out of her. She literally had a clothespin put on her nose, and she used to suck her lip in. Imagine going through life doing this, your whole taking pictures like this, talking like this, all her pictures like this. Sometimes you're talking to her. And when I was little, she would do this because from the side you can see that my lips curl up, which I think is rather juicy. But um, she would pluck me in my lips to for me to suck my lip in. Somehow, though, I loved myself. Could be because I had a couple of cousins who told me a long time ago as a little girl, "You're a very pretty young lady. You're going to grow up to be a beautiful woman." And I believed them. So, anyway, I am known as Spirit Lifters. I have a podcast called Rose Colored Glasses. And I was instructed today by Halisi to move my podcast to a YouTube channel. I am preparing to do some things that I don't know if I should really share on YouTube, but with my consultation with my sister love, uh, she told me to start today. So I made a commitment to myself that today I would start. Um, I have a book that I've written called The Mommy Toolbox. And this book was written, is a heartfelt memoir of sorts because it talks about all the challenges that I had as a parent who jumped right into parenthood and without any knowledge or wisdom. And one thing I have said all the time, I've said, we jump into the two most important things in this world without education, and that's mommyhood and as women, wifehood. We become wives, we become mothers, significant others with the least amount of training. But if you are becoming an engineer, you get training. If you're becoming a plumber, you get training, a lawyer, a doctor. The two most important things that we desire, it's an innate desire. And we don't have enough training or enough good examples in our community even to tell us, to help us to discover who we are as individuals before we decide to commit to another or not commit to another and bring children into the world, sometimes with strangers, people that we don't know, even though we claim to love them or we marry them because we've gotten pregnant by them, but we don't know them. They don't know us. So I wrote this book to help to mentor. I'm a life coach, by the way. And I wrote this book. I'm a life coach with a lot to say. And I wrote this book because my greatest lessons, or most of my greatest lessons, if not all, stem from the mistakes that I've made, the relationships with my 33-year-old daughter and my 28-year-old son, the relationship that I'm still working on. Um, and if there's anybody, especially our young folks. Now, the Mommy Toolbox is for those thinking about having children, but it's also for those who already have children. And on that note, I'm going to share something that my friend Paulette told me a long time ago. I was I have been a lifelong student. It took me 37 years to get my undergraduate degree. And when I think it was my final class, I had to do a presentation. I asked a few friends to help me, to Zoom in with me so we can talk about, I can't remember what the